what the fuck do you mean Mike Tyson's on there going, I just felt so fat and nasty. Your weight is the least interesting thing about you. Laughed in my face when I said I think I might be straight. Like, fun gay week for me. Where was I? Yeah, so death. Hello everybody, I hope you're having a lovely day, evening, night, whenever, wherever you are watching the Creatively Dreaming podcast with yours truly, Luna Lindsay. I love filming this podcast. I love to yap. It just makes me feel so much more connected with myself. I'm very grateful to have this space, this very pink moment. You know, I just put this tapestry up. I felt like it was better than the gray. Let me know what you guys think about the set, if you will. It's literally my bed, clearly, obviously, but you know, we got the pink plushies, pink blanket. Angel is the star of the show. We also have like whatever current art I've been working on in the back. I don't know how I feel about this green tapestry. I would like it to be pink, obviously. I mean, my obsession with pink has fully infested my entire world. Like, if everything's not pink, I start to kind of freak out. It's besides the point. I don't even understand why that's a thing, but you know what? I don't know where that stemmed from, because for a while it was purple. That's why my walls are purple. That's why my sheets are purple. That's why my duvet color underneath is purple, but now it's pink, okay? I got this Ed Hardy blanket that has skulls on it with like cute like patterns, and it's just perfect. I love, like, this thing is pink, but it's also Halloween and spooky. My favorite combo. My Instagram is at pinkbat222, which is very telling of just how I feel as of late. But I generally, okay, let me just preface this episode by saying I just need this episode to rant and ramble and be as a little therapy session, because I feel like I'm having a little bit of an identity crisis, because since I changed my Instagram name from Lunar Lens with 3 Z's to at pinkbat222, and I don't know why I am like obsessing over it and like having such a weird fucking time with it. Like, I don't know, girl. I think it's just like kind of when I feel this like momentum building within me as I'm starting to be consistent online, as well as really invest in my business and really start to be more consistent with my art practice as well. Like today I worked on this, filming a podcast. I'm always thinking about the next thing that I'm going to create, whether it's a YouTube video, whether it's a painting. I was honestly going to go to bed and just like have a quiet little, journaling session, but I figured it would be better for me to do it on my podcast, because what other better place? I genuinely just need to yap it out, girl. I really need to yap it out. Also, if you're watching the visual, I bought, wait, where's the thing for it? Of course I already lost the keychain part of it, but it's this tiny little book that says Spill Book, and I'm just obsessed with it. I don't even know what I'm going to use it for. Girl, who knows, but it's so cute. I got it from Five Below. Honestly, we love. But back to the pink bat 222 of it all. I think that's just like, okay, I feel like Luna Lens is a good, like, obviously, like, one, Linz is my name, Lindsay is my name, and Luna, I feel like I'm a Cancer. I'm ruled by the moon. I love the moon. And also the biggest reason why I resonate with that name is because there are millions, what am I saying? I mean, there are all sorts of like phases of the moon, and I feel like I am always, you know, evolving, and I don't feel like I'm ever consistently one thing in my life. I've never felt that way, but I mean, I've always felt like myself, but I like to explore different, you know, styles, different kinds of art expression, like just whatever the hell I want to do. Like, I don't keep myself to a box. I think Luna Lens is a cool name for that reason. And I think I was just like having an identity crisis, because I'm like, is this what I really want to be known for? And like, I was just overthinking it boots. Like, so I often voice memo also as a way to journal, because I have a lot of thoughts in my head and I need to get them out. And as a creative person, like whatever thoughts I have, I want to be able to utilize them and like use them for my creative practice in some way, shape, or form, right? So I was talking my voice memos on my way home as a way to journal, as a way to think about different YouTube video ideas, all of these things, right? And I just was like oversaying like Luna Lens so many times. I was like, I am so clearly overthinking what my name is on the internet. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, if I end up like evolving and changing and wanting to shift it, I can do that. And so what if my Instagram username I decided to change? I feel like that was just a way of kind of taking the hierarchy or importance away from posting on Instagram. I don't want to feel like it's so like it has to be this curated version of like all of my art, and instead I've kind of shifted it into being like whatever the hell I want to post, photos of myself, podcast clips, all of it, because at one point I had 3 Instagrams, which is insane. I've talked about it on this podcast before, but that's just fucking ridiculous. And again, just overthinking it boots, and it's just like exhausting. And so that's just something I kind of wanted to get off my chest as we are getting on to this podcast. But I generally, obviously, I'm comfy cozy this podcast. I'm like, I was literally about to journal and go to sleep, but instead I decided to film it, just because that's truly what I needed for my soul. Dealing with that kind of like weird identity crisis of how I want to present online, which is so weird. It's like, at the end of the day, I just want to be the most authentic version of myself, no matter what I do and pursue in my life. So it's like, just overthinking it is not going to help me get to that, right? So it's just like, let's just let that go. Let it go. Take it from a bird's eye view. You're here now, and you're fucking gorgeous and dope, and you don't have to try, period. Like, you don't really have to do too much, and things will fall into place. But yeah, I just wanted this episode to be more of a therapy session, because I've also been kind of dealing with thoughts of just like, not only obviously identity crisis of like how I want to present online, but also like what I want my future to be. I'm 24 years old, and it's like, I absolutely do want to have this, create a business for myself and do more research about it and make something happen with my art career and take you guys along with me on my journey of growing that and making that a thing and being able to really, curate something for me and others to consume that is helpful and positive and all of the things, right? Like, that is my main goal. At the same time, I do feel that like, okay, I do have my bachelor's in fine arts, but I've also always wanted to study psychology, and recently I've been really thinking about like getting my master's in psychology. And then also I'm thinking, I'm like, do I want to explore the world? Yes, I want to explore the world. I want to travel. I want to experience different states, different countries, like experience the world. I've lived in one state, Maryland, my entire life. 24 years old. That absolutely needs to change, right? Like, I feel that in my chest. I've been feeling that for a long time, but I think I just haven't been ready financially, mentally, whatever it might be, right? But to make that my goal, I think I just have to, and you better work, bitch. You want a hot body, you want a Bugatti, you better work, bitch. I always quote Brittany with that. Like, it's just the reality of it, right? Like, I feel like I fall into lazy habits due to my mental health, and I don't want to like shame myself for that, right? But I also want to be fucking real and recognize the issue so I can make a change and actually, make efforts to being able to live out my dreams as an adult, and instead of like kind of feeling like a victim to this world. Because yes, the economy sucks. Yes, America is terribly scary right now. Yes, social media is extremely addictive and it has everyone in a chokehold. Yes, all of these things are really scary. AI sucks. I'm an artist, and then there's fucking AI art taking over some shit, but at the end of the motherfucking day, you cannot recreate me as a human. All of this shit is like whatever, but that's the thing, is like you cannot recreate a soul. Everything is energy. We are human beings, and fuck, like, also just the doom scrolling of it all, and don't let the media take your energy, okay? That's the thing, is like, it's all really scary and whatever, but that's the thing, is that they also want you to be scared. They want you to fucking like cower and not do shit, when in reality it's like you do have the power, and it's good to stay educated, but to a certain degree, you also have to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, because if you're not doing that, there's no way that you're actually gonna be able to have the energy to do the activism that you need to do. You wouldn't have the energy for that if you don't also take care of yourself as well. The world is a scary place, whatever. There's all of these trials and tribulations and fucking whatever, but if you only focus on that, if you only focus on the fact that there are bad things, you won't ever be able to like actually enjoy the things that are right in front of you, the things that are right actually behind your phone. If you just put the fucking phone down, you won't be able to actually enjoy like things that you were gifted in this life. And I think that is like gratitude. And I know it's tough because it's like there's some people and a lot of parents that, you know, are like, oh, you should be grateful for this, and use it in a way to like guilt trip people. And I obviously don't think that's right, but I do think gratitude does go a hell of a long way. I do really think it does, and I don't think there is any reason to like denounce that fact, that like, hey, once you start to be grateful for the things that you do have, you actually do start to live a happier life, instead of focusing on all the things that you could have. And I think it's so interesting because in this society, all we do is consume on social media and everything, right? And then, but even after all of that consumption, we still feel like we don't have enough, which is such an empty, crazy, fucked up feeling, because it's like the things that we're consuming are like these rich influencers, it could be, or it could be lifestyles on, you know, like White Lotus, for example. It's like, you know, these rich people lifestyles, or you could be consuming like certain artists and musicians that are like super successful, super young, and all this stuff, and then you can start to compare yourself. And it's like, even after consuming all of this content, where does that leave you? Does it leave you inspired, or does it leave you completely feeling empty in what you have after like seeing dozens of people be successful and not being able to, you know, make something for yourself? And this is and I think it's just pretty fucking like basic to see how that can affect somebody's mental health. We have completely been the guinea pigs of social media. We've been the guinea pigs to this new internet landscape, and it's really hard to be able to be grateful for the things that we do have when all we see are the things that we don't, when all we are given are all of these ads. And recently all of the ads for like Ozempic and bullshit. Don't even get me fucking started on the ads for Ozempic and shit. I'm not kidding. Like, I have never ever been insecure about my body, like, and I don't mean that as like a flex or whatever, but I just grew up with parents that are in the medical field, and I've always been like, you know, you eat healthy, you work out, you're a slay, like, you know, you should love yourself, and also the least interesting thing about you is your weight. But then we see these ads at the fucking Super Bowl that are laughable, because like, what the fuck do you mean Mike Tyson's on there going, I just felt so fat and nasty? What the fuck do you fucking mean? Like, this is such a fucking joke at a certain point. Like, what do you listen, like, I've never felt insecure about my body and my weight until like recently, because it's like, I'm 24 years old, I'm a woman, yes, I've like gained some weight or whatever, slightly, and if anything, it just makes me juicier and hotter. Like, this shit is so fucking stupid. Like, but of course, with like all of the programming and shit, yes, there's times when I'm like, damn, like I feel insecure about that, but it's like, girl, take up more space, as you should. And also, listen, like, it's also a result of my fucking, it's actually a result of me becoming healthier, because when you're happier, you eat more. And I'm not saying that, like, you know, there is a balance to it. Obviously, you shouldn't be like eating too much, but like but you also should be eating, hey. And like the fact that Ozempic and all this fucking bullshit makes you not hungry is, I don't want to like trigger anybody with talking about this shit, but I just think for me it's important, and this is a therapy session for me, okay? So I'm going to talk about what I need to talk about. So I already brought up Ozempic, so you know that's what a topic is, weight and stuff like that. I'm going to be talking about it a little bit. Just don't think it matters. I've never given a fuck about weight and how the fuck I look. Like, if anything, I mean, and maybe this is due to me being bisexual too. I think I could not imagine being straight and like not loving and thinking I'm hot, like genuinely thinking I'm hot because I'm fucking gay. You know what I mean? And if you're gay, you might understand what I mean, but it's like there's a level of like self-love that comes from being gay that is like no other, because we are attracted to ourselves. Same sex. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think people talk about that enough. And for me, like, maybe that's why I've just never given a fuck about, like, my weight and shit, because I just think all women are so fucking beautiful. I think all people are so fucking beautiful because I'm bisexual, and it's just, like, or queer, pansexual, demisexual. Girl, I don't even fucking know. I hate a label. I'm queer. Y'all fucking get it. It doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, I like people, and I think people are hot. And I just don't think, like, this whole Ozempic thing with all the ads, it's like, this is not healthy to be consuming, because my whole life I've loved my body. My whole life I have like absolutely just like felt comfortable, and I think that also comes with the fact that I grew up dancing. Like, I just have a good time in my body. Like, I just be dancing to music that I like, and I just be existing. I don't like, I don't mean to say this to like make anybody feel bad if they do hyperfixate on their weight, but I just hope it like brings a perspective of like, your weight is the least interesting thing about you. Like, we have these beautiful minds that are who we are. Like, we have these souls and these minds that are so incredible, and I don't know, I just, it's so vapid. The ads and everything, like, I don't fuck with the Ozempic of it all, and I really need it to stop, but hey, it's only gonna get worse from here, honestly. So I think the best thing for me has been deleting Instagram and not having that on my phone, not having like, you know, regular social media on my phone. I have Snapchat, I have YouTube, and that even becomes too much at a certain point. Granted, like, YouTube, I don't see anything triggering on there for me for the most part, and if I do, like, well, hey, I just don't have to click the video, versus TikTok or Instagram, like, it just shoves that into your feed, and it just becomes, like, a dog pile of shit, and nobody wants that. So it's like, and then Snapchat is just so I can talk to my fucking friends, obviously. So the whole fucking thing is just rotted. Like, social media is just so rotted. It is. Like, it just is. And I think there are real benefits to it. I think I've learned so much. I think I've become such a loving... Actually, I've always been a pretty loving person, but I have learned so much about the spectrum of humans from the internet, and I've been able to kind of embrace diversity in a real way. And that, obviously, I'd done that before social media, but I think it just enhanced how much I could learn about, like, just the fact that of LGBT from a young age. Like, I realized I was bisexual by freshman year of high school. Like, I learned pretty early on. Like, I was just like, yep, that's who I am, period, slay, always have been. Actually, I just didn't really realize it, and when I did, I was like, holy shit. I was like, well, everything makes sense, doesn't it? And it's so weird because I feel like being bi is so interesting in the sense that, like, people tell you all the time, like, that you're fake gay and you're not real all the time. And it's so crazy, because then you start to believe that and you're like, am I faking it? But it's like, girl. I remember, like, freshman year when I did come out to my best friend, and she's gonna be on the podcast next week, which I'm really excited about. When I did come out to her, like, she was like, duh, like, obviously, whatever. And then maybe, like, a couple months later, I was like, I don't know if I'm gay. I think I might be straight. And she literally laughed. She was like, that's hilarious. And it was just me. It's so difficult being bisexual, because it's like, yeah, I do like men. So when people tell you that you're fake gay, it's really easy to convince yourself that you are. When in reality, it's like, hey, how many nights did I cry over that girl? Or many different women. You know, those friendship breakups felt a lot more heavy than a regular person's, probably. I was like absolutely in love with the, like, my elementary school, like, guidance counselor, like, obsessed. So it's just like little things like that where I'm just like, no shit, like. But I think the society is just so, it'll brainwash you, bitch, and it's just like, it's disgusting. It genuinely is. And then also people will be like, prove it, and it's like, hey dude, so like the thing is like most LGBT people also are late bloomers for a reason, because of how y'all treat us. Because come on now, like, you're not really able to feel comfortable, like, until you feel comfortable with yourself, you often aren't able to act on, like, your on like being yourself, and like on those kind of like impulses to being queer, right? So of course it's gonna be like a late blooming kind of thing. Also, being bisexual is with a man for almost 5 years of my life, and I've been single for only a little over 3 years. I've gone on dates with girls, but no, I haven't dated any girls seriously. But it's like, no shit, I've only been single for 3 years, and I've been mainly just kind of figuring out my adulthood and like figuring out how to live my life. And I'm not in college anymore, so it's not as easy to just like meet people, you know what I mean? So it's also like, hey girl, like, no shit, I've been single, and also it's none of your fucking business. Like, I don't know, like, there's just like all this need to like over explain yourself for being bi, and it's like, why do I there's no reason I should have to explain myself to anyone, mind you. It's crazy. It's genuinely like fucked up. Like, I don't know, this world is crazy. But regardless, I am very grateful for my queer friends, and to my best friend who like laughed in my face when I said I think I might be straight. Like, she was like, no, you're gay, motherfucker. That's hilarious of you to think that. Have you, because even like with the men that I like very effeminate, like, not always, but hey, I feel like the main reason why I was even like okay, no, that's fucked up to say, because that's not fully true, but like, I feel like a big reason why I even was attracted to the person that I was with long term was because they had an ear piercing as a man. Like, if that wasn't a thing, like, I just don't think I would have been as attracted to them. And like, oops, like, I don't know, like, it's so fucking it's so hilarious, actually. But yeah. Oh my god, I had such like a great Valentine's Day too. I actually, like, that whole week I went to, it was a heated rivalry themed night with my friend Ava and Terry. Little story time, okay? It was fun. It was like very much like dance party. They were playing all the good songs, like songs that everyone could sing to, like all of the like new recent pop hits, like whatever, like all good shit, right? A sleigh. And then I think that was on a Thursday, and then Valentine's Day was on a Saturday this year. I went to my cousin's wedding, and then after that I went to Dyke Night, which is, well, exactly what you think it is. A sleigh and a half. Went there by myself because I don't have many lesbian friends, and I was talking to people there, and they're like, you really don't have that many lesbian friends? Like, you went to Micah. And I was like, I know it's a problem. Listen, I was with a man for the majority of the time that I went to Micah, and that's a big part of the issue, is because like that was like repellent from me meeting any kind of like lesbian or queer person. Like, yeah, but you know, I still have like, I don't know, like people in the community, like trans friends and stuff, but I just don't have many like lesbian friends, right? So yeah, I went to Dyke Night by myself because I was like, I want to meet some girls and whatever. I met a girl, I did. And it was fun. It was a good night. Her and her friends were very sweet. She was very sweet. Of course, she lives in another state, so a little difficult out here, but it's okay. She was very sweet. Anyways, also, I don't know how to tell a story. I'm so sorry. Back to the heated rivalry night when we were outside. My friends were smoking. I don't smoke, but I was out there with them taking photos and whatever. It was towards the end of the night. I think we were waiting for Uber, and we see this car zoom by going like maybe 60, 70 on this road that's like maybe a 30. And I was like, whoa, like GTA, that's crazy. And then the car crashes. They literally like, not like fully like crash, but they like literally like a fucking pinball machine go poop, 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 and like hit a bunch of cars, like swerving back and forth, just like hitting a bunch of cars back and forth, poop, 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 pinballing. And I was like, huh. Right. I love the city. I love, that's terrifying. That's like actually terrifying. And they just kept driving. They just kind of ran off. And I remember the guys, they were like, the bouncers there that came out of the bar, and they were like, did a car crash? Or whatever. I was like, he did. He crashed a few times. He's up there. And I started running. And I'm like, oh my God. It was a mess. It was genuinely a mess. It was so insane. But yeah, a really fun gay week for me, which I really needed because, listen, I'm just dealing with a lot of other stuff in my life that I can't get into, but I think going out and like being with my community has been really helping me recently, and just like remembering who I am and feeling like, yes, feeling accepted and just feeling like happy, girl, duh. But yeah, so speaking of the girls and the gays, I just today glued all of my pieces together for this Charlie and Billie Eilish piece, and obviously I'm gonna make a huge YouTube video about it and the process of it, but just to kind of showcase, because I just did this today and I'm so proud of it. Obviously I didn't do all of it today. I actually started this last year when Guess by Charlie and Billie came out, and I had the idea to do it, and it's just now manifested into like something bigger. Sometimes things just take time, baby girl. So I've definitely taken my sweet old time on this, and I love all the little intricacies of it, and I truly am really obsessed with it. I'm excited. I want to add like bows, chains on it as well. Like the idea is obviously like they're kind of like drowning in underwear, because that's the whole like vibe of the song. And so like all the abstract pieces are like, you know, lacy underwear or whatever, like pink, black, green, blue, whatever colors. But yeah, I really love it and I'm really obsessed with it. I'm really excited to see it all finished. It's cool that it's like pretty much together, and I really love it at this stage as well. And yes, I also am probably, because right now there's pieces like sticking out, I might just take pieces of mat board, cut them out, and make sure that those pieces don't get damaged, because that's what I'm a little bit worried about with those sticking out. But I did think that was needed. I didn't want it to feel like completely stuck in a box. Also, if I want to add any more pieces, I will. I mean, I'm still kind of ruminating on it. I just today glued all the pieces down with Mod Podge. I think it's Mod Podge. So I'm super excited for that. So fucking cool. I'm finally like getting that together and everything. And a few pieces like I have talked about in previous episodes, but also just to kind of let y'all know, I mean, like the thing of why I feel like I'm more on top of like my business and everything is because I've created like a curriculum that is similar to the curriculum that I did in art school to keep me on top of like researching about business, researching about, you know, social media, and like building an art presence and stuff like that. I've been researching a lot about that, wanting to also like creating my business card. I need to launch my website. I'm planning on like applying to art markets. I've been having dreams about art markets, which is so funny, and like feeling unprepared for them. So maybe I have something coming up and I really need to start preparing, which I think is very true. I really need to start preparing and investing in that. I've had like these mental blocks holding me back for a while since I've been out of art school, and I don't know what or why I'm not in galleries and why I'm not in art markets and why I don't have an online shop yet, but I think it's because I haven't had structure, and the structure of a curriculum of like each day of the week I'm working on something different is helping me be so consistent with creating daily and researching daily and making something happen daily, even if I am working, you know, a few jobs here and there to make my money. You know, I do have to remember that investing my time and my energy into my business is also going to make me money. Like, I think what really keeps me from doing it is because I don't have like immediate cash. You know what I mean? It's like I've only ever worked jobs where like I get paid hourly, whether that even be a commission for art, right? Because even that I'm getting paid, like I know that I'm getting paid for it. But as far as like doing personal projects like this thing for Charlie and Billy, like I think people obviously love it if I made like prints of it and stuff, but I just think it's hard when you're like in the moment of it. The moment. Charlie and Billy. Okay, Billy is not a part of the moment. I wish she was in that movie. Can you imagine? She should have been. Oh my god, she totally should have been. And Troye Sivan. Why wasn't Troye Sivan in that movie? I think there was a lot of, you know what? I'm gonna go deep dive into the moment with my best friend Fox, who I also mentioned earlier, in the next episode. But I want my hood up. I want my hood up because I want to feel comfy cozy. What else was I gonna talk about? What were we talking about at the moment? Fuck. I don't know. Oh, just like the mental blocks, right? Of being able to monetize off my art. I think it's just, I don't know what it is. Of like, I think I still have like a lot of self-doubt and belief that people would actually buy my shit, which is crazy because I would buy my shit. I make my stuff. I spend so much like time is money, and I spend time on my art, meaning I would buy my art. So why wouldn't I think that other people would buy my art? You know what I mean? I think that's the thing. It's like if you're gonna spend your time and energy on something to create it, obviously like there's trial and error. Sometimes you don't love everything that you create. That's, you know, it takes time to like develop the skills and whatever. But once you do, it's like, okay, I know I have this talent and these skills, and I've developed, you know, I've been pretty good at like making things pretty quickly. Again, not to toot my own fucking horn, but this is a therapy session, so girl needs to hype herself up, because I think I just have been really just, I was thinking the other day, I've been like sitting on a fucking gold mine and just like not even realizing it. Like, I think it's really hard to see your own light, to see your own, you know, fucking dope ass shit that you can create when you don't allow yourself to fucking like take the time to reflect on it and to take the time to give yourself your flowers, which I think is the reason why I haven't launched an online site yet, why I haven't done the steps of applying to art markets and like all of this stuff, because I feel not prepared yet. Like, I was feeling it, I think it was literally last night I had a dream about like feeling unprepared for an art market that was like going on at Coachella for some reason. Girl, I don't fucking know. I watch so many LA influencers, and I think that's pretty apparent with how I speak and everything, but I just think I've grown up on YouTube, so it's just a part of me. But and I remember like comparing myself to another influencer, because they were all prepared and ready for selling their art. Apparently my phone died, so apparently I was filming for almost 40 minutes, so that makes sense. But to finish my story, yes, during my dream, I was witnessing this influencer. She was all prepared to do, like, sell her jewelry at Coachella. I don't understand why that was the plot of my dream, but it was. And I was, like, so far behind, and I remember waking up and just being like, oh my god, I still didn't have time to, like, finish all the pieces that I wanted to, and nor did I have, like, a good setup. And I just woke up feeling, like, incomplete, which is very telling of how I just feel in life in general as of late. I'm just like, oh shit, I'm like, oh my god, I'm supposed to be selling things and doing things, and I'm just not. I'm just simply just haven't been. But we will be, and I am going to, and we're manifesting it, because I don't want to sit here and be like, man, I haven't been doing this. It's like, okay, and there's always tomorrow, and there's always the next moment, the moment, literally. Okay, so like I got this tattoo on my thigh that's literally like the death hawk moth, representing, like, death is a representation of rebirth. And I've always said that. I don't think I've always said that. That's definitely just something that I've learned over time, but that I've learned. Wow, words. I don't know what. But it's delusional hours, it's midnight. Hey, I'm always filming at night, so crazy. But where was I? Yeah, so death. But is like a reminder of rebirth, and I think every moment, like, the past is dead, right? The past is gone, so it's like you gotta live in the moment. And so I think every single time I think about, you know, oh, I didn't do that and I wish I did, I just think about how, you know what, that past moment's dead anyways. Like, why are we sitting here worrying about it? Like, we got to worry about right now, because the present is a gift. And not to be so cheesy about it, but so cheesy, but you gotta be cheesy sometimes. I gotta say, love, gotta be cheesy sometimes so that you can enjoy where you're at, you know what I mean? Like, do whatever you gotta do to cope. Like, I feel like if something feels cheesy, then that's fine, and that's okay. Like, it doesn't like, not everything, you know, like this, there was this one TikToker, and maybe I'll put up the video if I can find it, but he was just like, hey, like, why not be corny? Because what is life if not on the cob? You know what I mean? And that's so real. Like, life is just corny as fuck. Like, I feel like we always think that our fucking experiences are so niche and so, like, individual, and we're the only ones experiencing turmoil and heartbreak and all of these things, when in reality it's like, oh my god, like, we all go through this. It's not original. Like, we all feel the same feelings for the most part. Like, we all deal with the same shit, just in different fonts, very different fonts. Obviously, everyone's experiences are very different. But I'm just saying, like, there's probably somebody else on the earth that is dealing with the same problem that you are also dealing with. So, you shouldn't feel too alone in that. And just gotta give yourself some grace. I feel like I've been needing chapstick. I'm so sorry if my lips have been chapped. Like, I've been also, like, I used to in high school, I like, you know how people would bite their nails? I would bite my lips to the point where they were, like, bleeding and shit. And I feel like today I've been kind of stressed, and that, like, started happening again. I haven't done that in so long, and I was like, and oh my god, it was so bad. And let me grab my Aquaphor, hold on. What do you consider fun? Going down with the 40 diamond jam. Oh, get that chapstick on, baby girl. Where's your Aquaphor? Why weren't you wearing that? Also, I couldn't tell how long I was filming before because I'm so blind I can't read from there how long I've been filming. So, yeah. Yeah. And I want to wear my glasses so I can see, but at the same time, like, with the lights, it's a whole thing. But anyways. I talked about a lot on this episode. I really needed to air some shit out and have a little therapy session with myself. Talk things out. Yeah, I just feel like it's time to go for it. It's also, you know, Lunar New Year just passed as well, the Chinese New Year, and it's the year of the horse. Fire horse is what I've heard. It's the first one in like 60 years or something crazy. And it's about just like running and going for it. And the past year was a snake, which makes sense because you shed all the layers of like what is not serving you, and now you can just run, bitch, because now you're like free from it all. And I definitely feel that. I feel like, okay, I have so much more opportunity and shit after everything that I've like learned and gone through. I feel like I'm still shedding some things, but I feel like I've definitely shed a lot of what was holding me specifically back, as far as like my nicotine addiction and certain jobs that weren't serving me, and, you know, my living situation that wasn't serving me, and my abundance and my mental health and all of that, you know, like I feel like I've like really like come to a place where I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I'm like able to like live with my family, save money, you know, take time to build my art career and my business, and then figure out where I want to go from here. And I think that's really what I needed after college, is like a hard reset, you know, living with my family. As much as like it feels like embarrassing to have to live with your family because of financial reasons, but at the same time, I think everything happens for a reason. And also, most people my age, I'm 24, probably do live with their family, because guess what, like, saving money is really good for you. Also, Billy's face is really washed out, isn't it? I feel like I should, like, make it less, like, stark white. I think I was just nervous about, like, adding more layers because I'm, like, so obsessed with Billy that I was afraid of, like, messing it up. But I fear I've made her look ghostly, but maybe it's just because I'm blind and I can't see how much detail y'all can see, but all I can see is a white blob for her face right now. So maybe I'm just really blind. But I don't know. Anyways, I know she's also Irish too, so I know she's really pale, but I should give her some color. So sorry. I love Billie Eilish so fucking much. I'm, like, genuinely, like, ugh. I'd die for her. What was I talking about? Oh, 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 oh. But yeah, I'm just really excited to be here. Thank you so much for watching this podcast. I don't really know if I have anything else that I want to touch on. I feel like I've touched on a lot as far as my mental health. I don't know if there's any other therapizing things that I wanted to speak on to uplift my spirits and to make me feel, like, ready for this new year. Also, right. Speaking on quitting vaping and all of that, there's also the Persian New Year as well. I feel like I celebrate, like, 10 different New Years, but I feel like I wasn't able to fully celebrate the Lunar New Year, the Chinese New Year this year, because I was going to, but I got super sick last week, so I literally just started antibiotics yesterday, just started feeling better. I wasn't able to go to that event with my friends, but it's okay. I still think, you know, it is what it is. But the Persian New Year is here, Nowruz. My dad is a part of the Baha'i faith, and I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, so I don't, like, conform to religion, but I do think it's really cool to celebrate with my family and with family friends, like people that I grew up with and everything, celebrating Nowruz and everything. And instead of me fasting, which is what a lot of, you know, Baha'i people do before Nowruz for 19 days, it's a 19-day fast, and then you have the feast afterwards to celebrate for Nowruz. But the thing is that if I don't eat, I pass out. It's happened several times in my life. If I, like, don't eat enough in a day, like, I've almost passed out. So, like, I just don't really want to, like, you know, like, I have, like, a fluctuating thyroid, I believe, like, thyroid issues, so I don't know exactly, but so I just, obviously for health reasons, it was not about to fast, but I did need to cut out certain things in my life. So I guess I did, like, a version of Lent, but during the time before Nowruz, because I know Lent is more about, like, letting go of, like, whatever you want, whatever you choose, which is kind of what I did. I might be completely wrong. I don't really know exactly how Lent works, so don't come for me. I didn't grow up Christian. I just know that that's a different thing that they do as well. But anyways, so last year I let go for the whole 19 days. I didn't vape. I didn't drink caffeine. I didn't drink alcohol. What else? I know I, like, tried to be more conscious about, like, talking behind people's backs, if that was ever a thing. Like, I just was trying to be just a lot more conscious about, like, what I was consuming and what I was doing generally. And I don't know if there's anything else that I was really letting go of, like, negative self-talk, of course, but definitely, like, quitting smoking and drinking was, like, a big thing, and caffeine even. Like, during that time I remember feeling genuinely like I was, like, on an antidepressant, or not an antidepressant, an anti-anxiety, because my anxiety went so much further down when I had stopped drinking caffeine. It was, like, a whole thing. And but I would say, like, obviously my energy levels were a little bit lower. I could definitely see myself, like, slipping into depressive tendencies, but it was okay during that time. Not fully depressive, but just a little bit of, like, I don't know, just feeling like low energy, right? But because I was, like, eating better during that time and just generally being more conscious and aware, like, it was okay, and it actually made me feel a lot more calm that I wasn't drinking caffeine, especially because I had cut out nicotine as well, which was also another stimulant that I'd cut out, and I was just like feeling very calm and chill and very clear-headed, like not drinking, all of those good things. And what really stuck with me in 2025 of this Nowruz and everything was quitting smoking. I did not smoke at all this year, at all, which is phenomenal. If anything, secondhand smoke from like people around me, but I did not smoke at all myself this year, and I'm extremely proud of myself. Didn't vape at all, quit smoking weed, all of that, like not a thing of smoking. And I think I then did deal with a big, just kind of like eating more than usual, which obviously, and this goes back to me talking about how I feel like I've been a lot more healthy this year than I ever have been, because I haven't been smoking, and my body has been regulating to that, and I've been figuring out how to kind of cope with that. And so yes, I maybe have like gone to more unhealthy foods, but now that I'm being more conscious and aware of it, and Nowruz is coming back again, and I've like learned so many lessons from not smoking at all, that like, oh my god, like I just feel like a brand new bitch. And like, yes, I do find myself like going into other addictive tendencies, like, I don't know, spending money on things that I maybe don't need, or, even at a certain point I was drinking a little bit more than I would have liked, and then on top of that, eating. So I didn't fully cut out drinking this year, definitely not. I definitely drank more this previous year than I have maybe in the past, because I quit smoking, right? Like, I don't know, maybe like the same, but there were times when I was slipping into like drinking a couple days a week, which I've stopped February. I was like, okay, I need to not drink alone ever at all, actually ever again. I don't think that's healthy for me or for anyone involved, especially me, mainly me, for my depression. Like, obviously drinking alone is don't want to do that, so not doing that. But I've learned, and I want to make a whole YouTube video about my quitting nicotine journey and be very honest and real about it all, and like how much I needed it. But yeah, that's just talking about the new year and talking about my health and all of that stuff. I just, even though maybe I've gained weight this year due to me quitting smoking, I also think that like I have gained so much wisdom from it, and I know that like I just need to become more obsessed with dance again, and feel more inclined to move my body more and let out more energy, and to maybe stop drinking as much, because that also gets me into these depressive modes of not wanting to, do much or whatever, or like eating unhealthy foods, which also make you feel sluggish, and it's just like a whole cycle. But in general, like, my lungs are healthier, and that's what really matters to me, and kind of figuring out that discipline and finding a balance through it all, because I'm a human and I'm not perfect, and through it all, like, bitch, what really matters is your own personal growth, and the only person you should really be comparing yourself to is yourself, because at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Like, other people and their journey, it's their journey, it's not yours, and you're supposed to, focus on you, and point blank period. Because that's, again, like, comparison is the root of all evil. I think taking inspiration from people and learning from other people is very cool. Obviously, inspiration and learning from other people is obviously, like, peak. But I think we often do that too much because of our, overconsumption on, just so much overconsumption with social media that, like, okay, I think we've learned and maybe inspired ourselves to a point of actually comparing in a way that is not healthy, and comparing, and what the hell, I'm so tired, comparing, it's almost 1 a.m, comparing ourselves so much, and to a point where it's like not healthy, and y'all fucking get it. Y'all, I'm going the fuck to bed, okay? I'm fucking tired. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast and this therapy session. I really appreciate it. This is Creatively Dreaming with Luna Lens. Please follow my Instagram at pinkbat222. I fucking love you. Thank you so much for joining and allowing me to have the space to fucking yap. Love y'all. 20 subscribers, let's fucking celebrate. This is my 21st episode as well. So I have more uploads than I do followers. Actually, I think I have like 30 uploads, but some of them are like random YouTube videos. Not all of them are like just the podcast. But I'm thinking I might, like, I want to private some of those videos, but I'm also like, I don't know. I'm like attached to the Get Ready With Me and like certain videos that are out, but on this channel that aren't the actual podcast, but I'm also just like, let it be, whatever. I have a playlist of all of my podcast episodes, so if you've not seen the previous ones, hey, this is the 21st one, so there are 20 other ones that you can check out and see what I'm all about. I have guests here and there. I will be having my best friend come on next week, so look out for that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and please go take care of yourself. Drink some water, slay, and leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Bye. Peace. I have an axolotl on my head. Yeah. Bye.